Today we are going to talk about escape velocity. Escape velocity, we use the v, is the minimum velocity that required by an object on the Earth's surface to overcome gravitational force and escape to the space. For example, a rocket that went into the space, they need to achieve escape velocity in order to be free of the Earth. As we know, the Earth has gravitational force. So escape velocity is achieved when the minimum kinetic energy supplied to the rocket overcome the gravitational potential energy. As we know just now, we have said that the Earth has the gravitational potential energy. So we need the minimum kinetic energy to supply to the object so that it can overcome the gravitational potential energy. The potential energy have to plus minimum kinetic energy must be equal to 0 in order for the object or the rocket, in this case, to escape to the space. An object with the mass of m can release from gravitational pull. Okay, like this one, an example, the rocket is an object with the mass of m. They can release from gravitational pull, from the gravitational pull of the Earth, of a large object with the mass of m, which is the large object, which is the Earth, at the distance from the center of the Earth. The distance from the center of the Earth, we have r, small letter r, which is the radius of the Earth. Only when its kinetic energy equal to the gravitational potential energy. So we have to look at the kinetic energy of an object with the mass of m with velocity v. Ke is the kinetic energy equal to half m is the mass of the, for example, the rocket, and v square is the velocity square. For gravitational potential energy of this object, we use the capital letter U equal to the g, gravitational constant, m is the mass of the Earth, and the small letter m is the mass of the object, or recall just now the example is rocket, over the radius. As we know, the g, capital letter, is the constant, the gravitational constant, equal to 6.67 times 10 power of negative 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square. Okay, in order to find how to calculate the escape velocity, we have to use that two formula, which is the kinetic energy equal to the potential gravitational force was equal, then we can only get the escape velocity, means the rocket can escape to the space. Okay, so from this kinetic energy, the two we have to move to this side. Because it is division, when we move to the other side, we have to become multiplication times 2. Next, we have to move the small m, the mass of the rocket, move it here, because here is a multiplication. So when we move to the other side, we have to divide by m. So the velocity square equal to, we cancel out the common factor of the m, so left 2gm over r. Since we need to find the escape velocity, so we have to get rid of the square by square root it. Square root 2gm over r. This is the formula for us to calculate the escape velocity for an object on the Earth, on the surface of the Earth, to escape to the space. Thank you.